Good morning. We are going to do a tarot reading. So this reading is going to be kind of a revisit to when Donald Trump went to Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and he met with all kinds of people. And at one point, a man by the name, last name, Terry Inzerillo, approached him, and the prince, MSB, together. They were standing in the middle of the room, and Terry Inzerillo had a piece of paper in his hand, what looked like a piece of paper. Could have been a picture, could have been just about anything. And I did a pendulum reading to inquire what it was, whether it was blackmail or what it was. And the answer to that question was yes. And so someone has asked me to do a tarot card reading on it. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm reading the Everyday Witch deck, which, unlike many tarot card readers, I don't have a whole bunch of tarot cards. I have one deck. That's all I have. And so we're going to use that. So I'm going to do the Celtic Cross, and I'm reading reversals. So we're going to start with the Six of Pentacles crossed with the Seven of Cups reversed, the Sun reversed, the Magician, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Cups reversed, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Nine of Wands. And let me get my pointer so that we can go back and read these. I like to pull them out first so that way I can mess them all up. So we know that's a cross. So this here. All right, so starting with the present situation, we have the Six of Pentacles, power imbalance, giving and taking, charity with strings attached. The encounter itself was about control and leverage. Someone had the power to give or take away, and Trump was in the position of needing, not holding, the power. And the Seven of Cups, which is the challenge, upright confusion, that's reversed, upright confusion and illusion, reversed, clarity, harsh truth. The challenge was that Trump could not pretend anymore. The paper brought harsh clarity, forcing him to face the truth he might have wished to have kept buried. Then we have the Sun reversed, exposure, shame, corruption, hidden truths. At the root of this moment, damaging exposure. The paper presented something that could shatter his image if revealed. Then we have the Magician in the recent past, manifestation, tools, or manipulation. This suggests the setup was carefully orchestrated. The meeting wasn't random, and it was crafted to deliver leverage, demonstration of control through manipulation. The Ten of Swords reversed, avoiding total destruction, narrowly escaping disaster. You look at the picture, he kind of didn't escape disaster, but Trump was aware that this could be the end of him if exposed. The reversal shows he clings to the idea that he can survive if he complies. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling, balance, trying to manage competing forces. So keeping your balls in the air. Moving forward, Trump is forced into a balancing act, serving multiple masters, keeping plates spinning to avoid collapse. Then we have the Two of Wands, choices, planning, and vision. He saw himself as having to make a decision on which path to follow, but given the surrounding cards, it's less about freedom or choice and more about choosing to obey. Then we have the Knight of Cups reversed, which is overindulgence, smugness, illusions, and success collapsing. Around him, the environment was self-serving and manipulative. What looked like a celebration or good fortune was actually a poisoned gift. And we have the Six of Swords reversed. Upright, moving to calmer waters, reversed, stuck in turmoil, unable to escape. Trump fears being trapped, unable to leave this behind. He hopes for freedom, but knows he's tied to it permanently. Last, we have the outcome, which is the Nine of Wands. Wounded, but still standing, defensive, vigilant. The outcome is constant pressure and blackmail. Trump survives, but he is permanently on guard, controlled, and defensive, always bracing for the attack. So the piece of paper or the picture or whatever it was is definitely blackmail. It's clear that he didn't want it. It was carefully staged. It's exposure that could destroy him. And he's now become a juggler of competing loyalties, always on the defensive, stuck in a trap. In other words, yes, the paper was blackmail material, most likely visual, a picture. It was shown to him as a reminder who really held the power. We'll pull one clarifier. Pull one clarifier just on the paper itself again. Is it a picture, a document, or a letter? To see if this matches the earlier. So the King of Swords is what's pulled, which says King of Swords is the book of knowledge. That is very telling. The King of Swords represents truth, authority, law, clarity, sharp evidence. He points to something factual, undeniable, and precise, like documentation, records, or photographic evidence. Unlike cups, emotional and personal, or wands, impulse and action, this card shows cold, hard proof. The paper was most likely a picture or a document of evidentiary value, something clear and irrefutable that could be used legally, publicly to cut him down if needed. Let's pull another clarifier to see if the King of Swords leans more to photographic or documentation. So we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups represents emotion, imagery, reflection, and the symbolic world of pictures, portraits, and emotional leverage. She points to something visual and emotionally charged rather than dry paperwork. Cups equals imagery and feeling. This strongly leans towards photographic evidence. The King of Swords showed it was evidence with authority. The Queen of Cups confirms it's a form of visual, a picture, not a document or a letter. It's designed to carry both emotional impact and legal weight. So Terry Inzerillo delivered something that is a photograph of Donald Trump from his past that he doesn't want anybody else to see, and that the Saudis are now using to get what they want from him. What that is, we have yet to find out. So this pretty much confirms my pendulum reading that I did, that yes, it was blackmail, and Donald Trump received it and understood it. And I believe there's more. Actually, let's do one more thing. Is there more than Terry Inzerillo that has blackmail on Donald Trump? I'm just going to pull 5 cards and we'll see. Let's go based on country. What countries have blackmail evidence on Donald Trump. So Canada, Europe, Asia, China, Israel, Russia, Africa. Which countries? Actually, those were continents, weren't they? Well, let's go with the basics. Which countries have blackmail on Donald Trump? Or in other words, compromat. We're going to pull 5 cards. So those 5 cards are the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups reversed, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Emperor reversed. Put these out a little bit. So we have So we have 5 cards to find out whether or not Donald Trump has, if there's any other countries that have compromat or blackmail material on Donald Trump. We have the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups reversed, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Emperor reversed. Okay, so the 4 of Cups, apathy, disinterest, ignoring others, suggests Trump has been approached multiple times by others offering deals or leverage, but he has not always taken them seriously. This shows other countries have tried or do hold material, even if he dismissed it. The Queen of Pentacles, wealth, resources, practical control, points to foreign financial entanglements, likely countries where Trump has or his businesses had money ties, real estate, loans, secret deals. This could include China or Turkey, places tied to material wealth and control. The Page of Cups, vulnerability, reversed. Vulnerability, emotional immaturity, scandal, inappropriate relationship. This card screams personal, emotional, sexual compromise. Other countries may hold sensitive material of a personal nature. And we have the Queen of Wands reversed, manipulation, control, domineering energy. Represents a powerful outside figure or nation exerting hidden dominance. This energy matches countries that like to pull strings in the background, like Israel, the UAE, or smaller Gulf states connected to covert influence. Then we have the Emperor reversed, corrupt authority, domination, misuse of power. This shows Trump as subjugated by foreign authority. It confirms multiple foreign powers have compromised him, undermining his independence as a ruler. So let's ask a specific question. 1 card. We're going to ask for 1 card per country. Does China have compromat on Donald Trump? And we get the 9 of Swords reversed. Nine of Swords reverse is very telling in this context. Upright, it's fear, nightmares, guilt, and anxiety. Reversed, it often means the fear is real and not imagined, but it's being hidden, suppressed, or denied. Yes, China likely has compromat blackmail material on Trump. The reverse 9 of Swords suggests it causes deep worry and guilt, but it's something he tries to suppress or downplay. It could be tied to financial dealings, debts, or hidden agreements like China bank account or secret business ties. It's not as flashy as sexual compromat, but it carries a real dark weight that Trump fears if exposed. China does have compromat, most likely financial or business related. Okay, so let's see, what does Turkey have on Donald Trump? We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So Turkey is probably financial. Upright, Six of Pentacles, about charity, balance, and fair exchange. Reverse is strings attached, corruption, one-sided deals, and exploitation. Yes, Turkey holds leverage, and it's tied to imbalanced deals or money arrangements. This card points to financial compromise, bribes, or uneven help. Trump benefiting while Turkey kept receipts. It could also link to political favors, i.e. Trump Tower Istanbul, his handling of U.S.-Turkey relationship, or Erdogan's influence. The reversal suggests this wasn't a gift. It came with hidden obligations and blackmail potential. So yes, Turkey has financial or political compromise on Trump. Okay, so let's try Israel. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a fascinating pull. Upright, the Seven of Cups is choices, illusions, temptations, and secrets, hidden among many options. It often points to covert dealings, fantasy versus reality, hidden layers of truth. Yes, Israel likely has some form of compromise, but unlike China's financial or Turkey's corrupt deals, this is about secrecy, illusion, and hidden influence. It suggests multiple threads of leverage, not just one thing. Intelligence sharing, political favors, secret meetings, and backroom alliances. Israel may not need a smoking gun picture. Instead, they hold the knowledge of Trump's hidden choices, promises, and indulgences. This card also hints at temptation and scandal, meaning they may know of Trump's dealing with women, money, or promises he made that contradict public stances. Israel's compromise is likely intelligence-based and multi-layered, holds secrets about Trump's hidden choices and indulgences. So is Israel using their leverage with Donald Trump to ensure that they can take over Gaza? Let's see what card we have. We have the King of Swords reversed. The King of Swords upright, clarity, justice, truth, and law. Reversed, lies, distortion of truth, and ruthless control. This suggests that yes, Israel is indeed using its leverage over Trump, not in a straightforward way, but in a manipulative, covert, and corrupt manner. The card points to plans being pushed through by distorting truth, suppressing justice, and manipulating allies like Trump. Israel isn't using leverage in an honorable or transparent way. It's about ensuring dominance and control at the expense of fairness or justice. The reversal shows that Trump may not even fully understand how much he's being used. He's just a tool in a larger game of distorted authority. The card suggests that Israel is using compromise leverage over Trump to push its agenda in Gaza. Okay, so Trump is financially paying a lot of money to Israel on an annual basis. They already have health care, they already have education, they have everything they need, but yet the U.S. gives them a lot of money every month. Plus, they're now funding the war, the one with Gaza and also the one with Iran. Are they using the compromise that they have to ensure they continue to get that financial support? And I'm pulling the Queen of Cups reversed. Upright, the Queen of Cups is compassion, nurturing, emotional intelligence, and genuine care. Reversed, she becomes the emotional manipulation, exploitation, vulnerability, twisting loyalty, and using compassion as a mask. Interpretation. Yes, Israel is using the compromise they hold over Trump and likely others to ensure the U.S. financial support continues flowing. The reverse queen shows this is done not from need, as you noted, because they have everything, but for manipulation, extracting more through guilt, loyalty, and emotional blackmail. It also suggests the exploitation of America's role as the giver, twisting what should be compassion into obligation and control. The Queen of Cups reverse confirms Israel is using its compromise and influence to manipulate continued financial and military support from Trump and the U.S. It's not about survival, it's about control, dominance, ensuring endless resources flow their way. All right, so then let's switch to Russia. What does Russia have in terms of compromise against Donald Trump? Why did Putin come to Alaska? Why is Trump so in love with Vladimir Putin? Why is he hesitant to stop him from fighting the war in Ukraine? And I'm going to start with the Two of Pentacles reversed. Upright, the Two of Pentacles is balanced, managing multiple responsibilities and juggling priorities. Reversed, it's imbalance, chaos, overcommitment, financial mismanagement. This points directly to money, business ties. Russia's leverage over Trump is rooted in financial compromise, failed deals, debts, hidden money trails. So the Russians have been involved with Trump since the 80s with his casinos. They bought condos at above market prices. They bought the house in Florida that he overbid on Epstein. That helped them pay for it first, and then they bought it for twice as much. Secrets of mismanagement that, if exposed, could collapse his financial empire. It also suggests that Trump has been pulled in two directions, U.S. versus Russia, and failing to keep the balance. Now, Alaska was symbolic, showing Russia's reach into U.S. soil and reasserting dominance. This was also a signal to Trump, we still hold you in our hand. Trump admires Putin because Putin represents a strong, decisive authority figure. Trump wishes he were, but deeper than admiration is fear and dependence. Trump's financial and personal survival are tied to Russia's ability to keep secrets hidden. The reversal says Trump can't juggle. He's compromised and obligated. Any move against Putin risks his own secrets being spilled. Russia's compromise ensures Trump's loyalty through silence and inaction. Okay, one more on Russia. Does Russia have anything from Epstein that could implicate Donald Trump, whether it be pictures, documentation, anything? So we have the Ten of Swords. Upright, it represents betrayal, absolute ruin, final devastating blow, being pinned down with no escape. It often shows truth or evidence that completely destroys someone if exposed. Yes, the Ten of Swords suggests Russia does have something tied to Epstein that could implicate Trump. The nature of this card is final and catastrophic, meaning if such material were revealed, it could be utterly ruinous to Trump's reputation and power. The imagery of being pinned down also echoes being trapped by blackmail. Next question would be, did Epstein provide this information to Russia when he went there in 2018 before he was convicted and put in jail? The card is the Ten of Wands reversed. Sorry, that's the Two of Wands reversed. I'm going blind. Upright, this is about vision expansion, making plans, setting out into the world. Reversed, it's limited options, blocked expansion, restricted movement, dependency. This suggests Epstein's trip to Russia did not go as he envisioned. He may have gone with the intentions of networking or leveraging his assets, but instead he ended up restricted and possibly pressured. The card shows loss of independence, meaning if he gave them information, it was likely under pressure or manipulation, not full willingness. Okay, so did Epstein give over compromat to Russia that could be detrimental to Trump if brought forward? Whether it was coerced or in exchange for something, it really doesn't matter. Does Russia have it? And we have the Knight of Cups. Upright, the Knight of Cups is the messenger, the go-between, someone who delivers something of value in a persuasive or romanticized way. It often represents an offer, proposal, or gift being carried from one party to another. Yes, the King of Cups suggests Epstein did deliver something to Russia. It may have been presented as an offer, a trade, or a way to charm, favor himself into safety or influence. This card confirms that Russia now holds the material, and it is potentially detrimental to Trump if revealed. Okay, so we've done China, Turkey, Israel, Russia. What does Scotland Yard know? How much information do they have? One card. Do they have Epstein-like information? Do they have financial compromat? Do they have something else? Let's see. The Six of Swords. Looks like he's sneaking away with a whole bunch of stuff in his pocket and people ahead of him trying to be unseen. So upright, it's about transition, moving forward from troubled waters to calmer ones. Journey, carrying something across. It often means transport, travel, or knowledge being carried quietly from one place to another. They do have information, but it looks like it came through investigation, transfers, or international cooperation. This card points to evidence tied to travel, movement, or international dealing, unlike Russia's devastating compromise. Scotland Yard's information seems to be more about financial compromise and travel records. Who went where, who was on what flights, and where the money flowed. The boat carrying passengers imagery even ties neatly to the flight logs, manifests, and moments connected to Epstein or Trump's business dealings. Okay, so what does the CIA have? I know FBI has all the stuff collected, but what does Central Intelligence have on Donald Trump? Do they have financial, money laundering, and the Epstein type materials? We have the Nine of Wands reversed. Upright, the Nine of Wands is about defensiveness, standing guard, protecting what you've built, and vigilance. Reversed, it often signals walls being breached, secrets slipping, hidden vulnerabilities, and exhaustion from holding something in. Yes, the CIA likely does hold sensitive material on Trump, but the reversal shows it's fragmented, under pressure, and not as tightly contained as it should be. Financial, money laundering, intel. CIA has a broad international reach, so they would have insight into overseas shell companies, banks, Russian Saudi connection, Epstein type materials, They likely have awareness, but it looks like this material is shared, incomplete, or slipped into other hands as well, like Mossad, Russia, or private intelligence. CIA has both the financial and Epstein-related compromise, but it's not fully secure. Pieces that are likely leaked, been shared, or been allowed to slip outside of their control. I think that tells the story on who has what. Can't see. Canada's not like that. France, no, I don't think they pay attention. It would be Scotland Yard, Russia, Turkey, because he's beholden to Erdogan, can't think of his name, Israel, and whoever else we talked about. But there's a lot of people who have information about Donald Trump, and somehow he's juggling to keep them all quiet. And he's using U.S. assets to do it, whether it be people assets, removal of security, or financials, or secret documents, Secret Service documents, not Secret Service, sharing confidential information. So there's a lot of things that Donald Trump is doing to the United States to save his own skin. Thanks for listening. If you have any comments on my reading, please comment below. If you like my reading, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, click that little subscribe button. Come back and visit. Thanks.